Good morning. Good morning there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Mr. Healthy Habits Show. So today we are going to talk about politics and political discourse. And this is part of the Monday morning meditation series as well, so there will be a little bit of that too. So what I'm trying to say here in this podcast, or this episode rather, is that we are all not that much different. There's so much political discourse in this country, and we tend to look at the other side as if they're crazy, as if they don't know what they're doing, as if they don't know what they're talking about. But really, the truth is, we are not born all that dissimilar. We are all born without any kind of preconceived notions of the way the world is like, or ideas of the future, or wants or desires, or any kind of attachments. Those things are all things that we inherently learn over time. We learn those through the course of our experiences and influences that come into our life from the moment we're born. And we each have our own unique perspective on reality. And that is why we are so different and look at the world in so many different ways. It's not that one side is devoid of morality or intelligence or anything like that. It's simply that they have had a different life experience. Like, say, for me, I have my political views, I have my people that I voted for, and you may differ. And the truth is, if I had been born in your shoes and came from the same places you have and had the same life experiences and influences and the same people in my life and read the same books and listened to the same media and watched the same news programs, I would believe just as you do, no matter how different your views may be from mine currently. And the same is true vice versa. If you had been born in my shoes and come from my circumstances and seen what I had seen and read what I had read and heard what I have heard, you would believe just as I believe. You wouldn't be any different. So I think it's important that when we look at the other side and they're preaching whatnot, their views, to remember that if I had been in their shoes, I would believe the same way. Now, maybe looking at the world in this perspective, we can look at it in a manner that would allow us not to dislike one another so much. We can look at it a little bit more compassionately, a little bit more fairly, and not judge one another for being the way that they are. You don't have to look at the other side and then think, man, are they stupid or immoral or deplorable or lacking intelligence. No, that is not the case. They are no different than you. The only difference is their life experiences and influences have compelled them to believe the way that they believe. It's not their fault that they are the way they are. That to be said, that I'm not saying that there's not bad people there in the world. There are plenty of bad people that do terrible things. But the truth is, and I know this is a very difficult point for many people to grasp and to swallow and comprehend, but if you had been in their shoes and had been born and come from the same circumstances they did, you wouldn't have done any better. If I had been born in someone else's shoes, I very well might have turned out a terrible person. There is no me. I mean, we are fundamentally selfless. As all we are is just a biological experiment run amok with the forces of nature. There is no self. It's all brain chemistry. It's all what our brain has taken in over a lifetime that compels us to make the decisions and believe that the way the world is the way that we view it. The other side is not crazy. So when you hear them, don't have a low opinion of them. Look at it compassionately and understand that you wouldn't have been any different. Now, for the meditation practice of this episode, we are going to do what is called the meta meditation. It's a meditation that I got from an excellent Great Courses series called Practicing Mindfulness. I recommend that to anyone listening. And it's a meditation about looking at the other side with compassion. In this practice, we are going to wish that all beings be well and happy, as we should. Because that's really all that we all want in life, is to be well and happy. The other side, despite what you may think of them, despite what you may think of your neighbor or your coworkers, they all have the same wants and desires as us, and that is to be well and happy. At our very core, that's all that we all hope for. So, what I want you to do now is close your eyes if you can. If you can't, that's quite all right. I want you to picture yourself. Picture yourself in your mind's eye. And now I want you to say to yourself, may I be well and happy. May I be well and happy. May I have no fears or sorrows. May I be healthy and free from illness. May I live calmly and peacefully. Now I want you to picture your parents. Picture your mother and your father in your mind's eye. And say, may my parents be well and happy. May my parents be well and happy. May my parents have no sorrows or worries. May my parents be healthy and free from illness. May they live calmly and peacefully. Now I want you to picture your kids or your nephews or nieces, someone younger that you're close to. Picture them in your mind's eye. May my kids be well and happy. May my kids be well and happy. May they have no sorrows or worries. May they be free from illness and healthy. May they live peacefully and calmly. Now I want you to picture your spouse or significant other or loved one and repeat after me. And may my spouse be well and happy. May my spouse be well and happy. May they have no fears or worries. May they live healthy and free from illness. May they live peacefully and calmly. Now I want you to think about your adversaries or enemies, or however you want to phrase it, the other side. May my adversaries be well and happy. May my adversaries be well and happy. May they have no worries or sorrows. May they live healthy and free from illness. May they live peacefully and calmly. May all beings be well and happy.